Live from the sleazy motel where he just banged your mom, it's Dickbag Patrol! Yes, Dickbag Patrol, the world's funniest white man, live and ribbed for your pleasure. Also starring Frauded Ram as the old man.
What? What'd you just say?
Get ready to feel the burn deep in your buttocks and in your brain. Prepare to submit yourself to his increasingly perverse commands. Don't try and fight it. It'll all be over soon. You've got it bad, got it bad, got it bad. You're hot for Dickbag.
Oh my God!
Oh my God. How's everybody doing? Happy Sunday. Hope you had a good weekend. Ram will be here. Oh, here he is. What do you know? Here he is. Everybody, welcome Ram to the show.
By the skin of my teeth.
By the skin of your teeth. Yeah, time to play Dig Your Own Grave and Save, everybody. Never seen a guy dig a grave over the phone or with a phone. This is pretty crazy. Somebody has been a few of you have been speculating, and I saw a comment in here earlier. I think maybe Danny said, "Is he doing? Is the jail facility and everybody else just letting him make these calls in order to just give him enough rope to hang himself at this point?"
I would say yes.
Yeah, I mean,
If I had
the guy can't help doing it to himself, can he? It's amazing.
it's a predator thing. They all do it. They all hang themselves.
Yep. Kaiser certainly does it to himself too.
Yep.
It's fascinating. Is Draco in here, by the way? Diamond Draco. Somebody alert me when they get here, please, because I missed their super chat at the end of the last show, and I feel really bad about it, and so I got it racked up to read out. But good to see everybody in here. Danny, Java Man, Spartan, Don, Texas Mad Dog. I will make it smooth, buddy. Always. MST. I don't know if you're still here. Shiz. I don't know if you're still here. Ninja Bread Man. That's a pretty good name. Michigan Woodsman. What up? How's the Michigan Woods? Logan. Guilty Angel. My military mind. Don't think I've seen you before, but welcome in. Scott. Amo. Jaime. Tracy Duh. Roseanne, Mirrors, Alexis Whites, Highest Priestess, GMK. Holy shit, a lot of fine folks in here tonight. AP, Don Mamali, Pork Pie, Tool Monkey. Tool Monkeys are useful. Stephanie. Ted Regular. That name is great. Spellbinder 101, Sammy Girl, Joey Simpson. Oh, good. Freedom Fighter, Slinger, THS, what the fuck? Oh, Pro Tile Man. Don't know what that means, but I like it. Don Moore. All right, guys. Should we just go ahead and dive into this crazy ass? We had pretty good luck the other night coming up with book name titles. I think it's about time to start thinking about possible epitaphs for the Least Laws channel. Like what's going to be on the gravestone of Chili's Delete Laws empire. What do you think, Ram? Any thoughts? Ideas? Did Ram bail on me? God damn it.
No,
not even 5 minutes in, I've lost my co-host.
Doing something, sorry.
Doing something.
I literally barely had time to go to the bathroom before I made it here, so give me a minute to get organized.
I think I speak for all of us when I say we're relieved everything came out okay.
It was fine.
Sweet. All right. Strap in.
VLZ, this is Chili DeCastro. Today is April 25th, 2024. I am an innocent man incarcerated at Clark County Detention Center. I am in the dungeon. The video of my wrongful arrest, the video of my wrongful persecution has been seen by millions of people. I am innocent and I am in jail. So thank you for taking the time to listen to this. I appreciate it. I've been in here now for almost 6 weeks. It's been a very difficult journey for me. I'm a people person. I love people. I'm an empath. I care about people. And so what I've done with my time in here was I mentioned about 2 years ago that I was going to create a board game called Constitutional Law Scholar. Well, guess what? I have created a board game called Constitutional Law Scholar. I have a little bit of the blanks to fill in, but I'm going to have the entire game on paper so I can translate it into cards, much like the Trivial Pursuit game of the 1980s and the 90s, that box of cards you got.
Yeah, highest priestess, millions. I question that number too. And also, he's got to start off with his usual BS about being innocent and blah, 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 blah. It's all performance.
But this is U.S. Constitutional Law Scholar board game, and it's played differently than just on a board. It's completely different than that. But I'm not going to go into too many details, but it is super exciting. If you ever wanted to learn the United States history or constitutional history, this thing that I've created is so interactive. It is so cool. If you're just a person who wants to learn history or play a history game, or if you're homeschooling your kids and you want to teach them history, if you are a school and you have a classroom full of students who want to learn history, if you're a bunch of 40-year-old dudes sitting around who want to learn history, I've created the most interactive, badass game you have.
If you're a couple of 70-year-old dudes wanting around to learn U.S. history, I say at 70 years old, it's probably a little late, but whatever.
Ever seen, and this next week I'll have a lot more knowledge because someone is sending me in the books that I requested, and so let me take that time just to take a segue here and say thank you. I've gotten your letters. I've gotten so many letters from John, from Joe, from Eric, from, oh man, I don't want to miss anybody's names, but I always do like people's names.
Now, he reiterates in one of these calls that he has a photographic memory again. Remember that.
And then you guys sent me books as well, but I don't know who the book comes from because it has to come from a publisher here in Vegas or it has to come from Amazon directly. You can't just send me a book from your house. So I don't know who sent me this book called Probable Cause, but I want to say thank you for that book. And I want to say thank you for you guys sending me tons of letters. I mean, I really appreciate it. You guys can put the address up there in the edit, but thank you so much for sending me letters. It brings my spirit up so much. However, I'm just so excited about.
Now, he didn't put his inmate number. I don't know, to chalk that up to sloppiness or the fact that they just know who he is in there now. You know what I mean?
Has his own mail room.
Probably.
Of this new game that has really sprang to life as I've been locked up in here because I have to spend my time doing something. I'm always a productive person. And so I spent my time creating this board game for you. And when I get out of here, I will have it completely done within 30 days. I'm going to make 1,000 copies and I'll have them out within 30 days from the time I'm released from this dungeon. And then other thing that I kind of wanted to briefly talk about here is Stockholm Syndrome. I want you guys to research, Google, look up Stockholm Syndrome because I am living it. I'm absolutely living it. I don't want to.
No. Sure, most of you are. It's pretty funny if you go over to his comments on this thing, they're overwhelmingly negative. I don't know where his supporters are, but as far as I could see, everybody was raking him over the coals for this, and particularly for the Stockholm Syndrome stuff, because Stockholm Syndrome is the phenomenon where
it's a relationship.
Yeah, between the abductee and the abductor.
Abductor, yeah.
And the victim starts to see the abductor's point of view. It's a well-studied phenomenon, pretty well accepted theory. And Chili, of course, is completely misinterpreting it.
Not even close.
Trying to, again, just trying to hijack something for his own needs.
Who is he having this relationship with?
Yeah.
Who's his abductor?
Yeah, he doesn't.
Yeah.
Moron.
I don't go into too much detail because I want you guys to research Stockholm Syndrome yourself. But
And also, I don't know what I'm talking about. So
because I'm such an empathic person, because I feel the plight and the pain of others, I put myself in other people's shoes to see how they see it.
right.
I'm definitely going through Stockholm Syndrome. I absolutely can't stand it. I hate it. But that's what's happening to me right now. I've also decided to change my diet while I'm in here because the food is absolute slop. It is horrifically bad. It is like the lowest grade of food.
Horrifically bad.
Ever. And so now I'm doing is
You're in jail,
the vegetables on the tray. That's all I'm doing. A couple of you guys sent me eye care gift packages. There's a website called Eye Care Gifts. Thank you so much. I'm trading the food that you sent me through Eye Care Gifts to other people for bottled water. Because I can only order 3 bottles of water at a time. So that's what I'm doing with that.
He's wheeling and dealing.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm going through some stuff through the legal process here. There's some legal things going on. I will let Michael Eline tell you what's going on tonight on the channel when he goes live. I don't want to get into it too much.
You don't want to miss that.
No, not at all.
I have a video about Michael coming out hopefully tomorrow. Yeah. Then we can talk a little more about the rest of the things he's doing here on Chili's channel.
I don't want to give it too much credence, too much attention. You know, there's always people in the world who are going to be, you know, you guys can see it. There's people who celebrate me being in jail, even though I've committed no crime. I've hurt nobody. No restitution is due. No property is damaged. Nobody is hurt. Nobody's bleeding in the street. There's no babe weeping. There's no one crying they've been stolen money from. Nothing. I'm an innocent person in jail, but there's still people who celebrate that I'm in jail, which is just, that's, it's just, you know, but that's not going to be me. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not going to stop being a loving, caring, giving person. I'm going to continue to be who I am. And the best gift that I could have done for the world is created this game, U.S. Constitutional Law Scholar. When I go...
Wow. That was a lot of crazy in a short period of time. Yeah. He's a loving person, y'all. He's a loving, giving person. And he still doesn't get the state as the victim. I mean, just whatever.
Yeah, Jenmar said, who's Michael? It's Michael Eline. He's an attorney that's licensed in Texas and California. And he's a Chili supporter. And here's the deal, kind of, I think.
He's like Chili's #1 supporter.
Yeah, #1 supporter. And the guy's, he's interesting. You'll have to go watch him. Hi, sweet Melissa. The Roll Tide thing kind of threw me off there.
Roll Tide.
I see you now. She's got an Alabama.
I got you.
Right.
Chili should talk about his all semen diet. Well, now PTW Media. I really don't want to know anything about that, but yeah. But thanks, buddy. Appreciate that.
Oh, by the way, for those of you that are on another planet, we lost Dickie Betts a couple of weeks ago.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. Yeah, I didn't.
Well, Sweet Melissa made me think of it. One of my favorite songs of all times.
Absolutely.
He wrote Sweet Melissa, and it's a great song. And you know, he's what was he? 74, I think.
He was at least 74. He may have been older.
Somewhere right in there. So I mean, you know, the guy lived a pretty good life. What a great musician. One of my top 5 favorite guitarists.
Yep. Literally, there is only one Allman Brother left from the original lineup. J-Mo, the drummer, the second drummer. Crazy. Yep. But yeah, Allman Brothers are really good stuff, especially some of their really early stuff. Their mid-'80s stuff, they kind of went goofy in the 80s for a
Yeah,
period.
well.
And then they got Warren Haynes and Alan Woody.
Yeah, when you hook up with Cher, things got to get weird.
Right. Always. Thanks, Wayne, for the 279. Is that Canadian? Is that what the CA is? Appreciate
No.
that.
That's
All
that's California's new currency.
California's new currency. Kind of went through my head for a second.
Right.
I don't pay close enough attention to
You get you a slice of cheese.
Go
right.
away, and I'm on a graveyard somewhere, and there's a headstone. They'll say, this man created the U.S. constitutional law scholar of the game, because I think this is going to be one of my greatest contributions to society that I've ever done, because it is the most interactive, fun way to learn history that you'll ever see in your entire life. You will never play a game that's more fun and more interactive that you can play with 7-year-old kids or 70-year-old men. It doesn't matter. I have been sitting here for a month and a half, and most of the time I'm walk down to a bed with a desk at it, and I just have my pen, my paper, and my brain. And I'm fortunate that I have a near photographic memory.
Well, that's really good company. Yeah, here you go.
Because I memorized so many cases. Never play a game that's more fun and more interactive that you can play with 7-year-old kids or 70-year-old men. It doesn't matter. I have been sitting here for a month and a half, and most of the time I'm walk down to a bed with a desk at it, and I just have my pen, my paper, and my brain. And I'm fortunate that I have a near photographic memory, because I memorized so many cases and so much of history and amendments and states and all these things, and I've been able to put it together in the most incredible way you've ever seen. It didn't take long, to be honest with you.
I mean, he's hyping this up pretty hard. He's just talking about a board game, right? I'm just double checking, right?
That's what he's
A board game. Yeah, my military mind. Yeah, I'm sure 7-year-old kids are really gonna just go crazy for this. I'm totally sure. And 70-year-old men. So you got your
I
basic
had the
covered.
concept in my head for a long time, but I hadn't just sat down and said, okay, what are the nuts and bolts of this, and how does this work? How do you learn history by playing a game and it's fun? How do I do that? And how do I make it so it's not too hard for people? Because that was the big one. How do I make a game where if I want you to know the 1883 case of Pace versus Alabama, if I want you to know that case, how do I present it to you in a way that you can learn Pace versus Alabama, and at the same time it's interactive and it's fun? And I figured that out. And so I'm giving you my word, within 30 days of me being, well, I got to live through this first. There's lots of people who leave this dungeon feet first. So I have to live through this first. It's very real, and it's very scary. But
Yeah, the over exaggeration of the danger he's in.
Mystically, if I can have some optimism here for a moment, someone put a ray of sunshine on my face, please, because I have not seen the sun since March 17th, 2024. Not one beam of sunlight has hit my face since that day. So that really makes it, I've only been here a month and a week. Regardless, I've created something that I think is going to stand the test of time, because Trivial Pursuit was created, I think, in the late 80s. And that game is obviously dated. Nothing against it. I love playing that game. But they had current affairs and they had science. Some of the science now has been debunked, and some of those current affairs they're just no longer relevant to our society. But U.S. Constitutional Law Scholar, this game I created, it'll be relevant for the rest of my life and the rest of yours, because history is not going to be changing. Remember.
Yeah, but case law changes. Laws change. I mean, okay, well, we shouldn't really judge it, until we see the final product, which I calculate will be never.
There was a bastardized version of history created by a guy named William Archibald Dunnan, who partnered with the Sisters of the Confederacy to write a whitewashed version of history. And I'm sorry that that's true, but it is. This is the unedited version of history where you truly learn I'm talking the learning factor in this is 100 times. It is 10x, 10x, 10x. And differently.
God damn it.
If sunshine on my face, please, because I
Wait a
in a
minute.
way that you can learn Case versus Alabama.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Sorry about that. I wonder what the little, you think his board game will have little pieces like, Monopoly? I wonder what his little, will he have like a little Jackboot Thug Pig and little Judge Zimmerman? Let me know. Let me know in the comments.
I'm here for a moment. Someone put a ray of sunshine on my face, please, because I have not seen the sun since March 17th, 2024. Not one beam of sunlight has hit my face since that day. So that really makes it, I've only been here a month and a week. Regardless, I've created something that I think is going to stand the test of time, because Trivial Pursuit was created, I think, in the late 80s.
All right, so we already know.
True, and I've been able to take my time and my brain and my ability and my knowledge and create a product that you guys will be able to have and play with.
Remember, knowledge plus ability equals product. That's our mantra.
And I'm super stoked about it, Look, obviously there's nonsense going on in the world. There's things I have to deal with legally that I shouldn't have to deal with, but I have to deal with them. And so I think we're creating another GoFundMe because I have to deal with this, and it's real. And so I don't want to give it too much credence, and I don't want to give it too much credit, and I don't want to sit and talk about it. And Michael Eline, I don't want you to sit and harp on this either. I want you to talk mostly about my upcoming case on May 1st, which is another obstruction charge in Las Vegas. Focus just on that, Mr. Eline. And let me say thank you to Michael Eline. He came and saw me again yesterday. And that guy is...
Oh, it's adorable.
Are you even curious what Pace versus Alabama is about?
I am curious.
Would you like to see it?
If only there was some fun method of learning about it, Ram.
Yeah, well, there is. There's a board game this guy in prison's working on.
Yeah, right. So you have it? Where is it?
I have it, but you want me to present it or just read like the first two sentences? Because you'll see.
Let's get through the call first, and then we'll...
Okay, you do that.
Then we'll put it up on screen.
You do that.
Yeah, thanks.
He's a warrior for freedom, for liberty. If you guys have a case where someone got hit by a car or a car accident or any kind of case like that, hit up Michael, because...
Oh, wait. I do know somebody. Let's see. What's their name again? It is... Well, let's see. It's on the publicdocuments.com, and it is Wyant V. Miejo and DeCastro. Yeah, maybe you can get Michael Eline to represent you in your upcoming reckless or negligent driving case, Chili. If you guys haven't seen that, I'll pull that up at the end of this call too.
He is doing well. For me as a person, he's been a saint. He has been helping me. So, and to my team, there are people on my team. I'm not going to say their names. My friend in Cali, my friend in Pennsylvania, my friend in San Diego. There are people who have just helped me so much. My friend in Texas, my friend in New Jersey, my friend overseas. I have so many people who have helped me, and I just want to say thank you, because I'm taking the most advantage as I can of this time to be creative and to be productive. And for the letters you guys have sent me, every day I get letters. I get 3 to 6 letters every single day. And you don't stop writing. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. You can send me to Jose DeCastro 1669561 TCDC, and then that's going to be P.O. Box 43059, Las Vegas, Nevada 89116.
So he did put his inmate number there on that. His editor just wasn't paying attention. Got it.
Thank you for sending me letters. They actually bring my spirit up and my soul up. I didn't think to just give you a letter, but you few hand-script words on there. Some people just send me a letter and they say, hey, Chili, we love you, man, and we're thinking about you, and this is wrong, what's happened to you, and we don't stop. And that's the whole letter. Dude, thank you for sending that. Joe, I got your letter. John, I got your letter. I'm not going to remember everybody's name, especially when I'm just rattling for the daily update.
Near photographic memory, A.
For April 25th. But I do want to say thank you for sending me letters. I really super appreciate it. My friend Alan, my friend David, my friend V, there's people, and you guys have put money on my books, and you put money on my phone, so I can always go to commissary and order something, and not everybody has that opportunity. There's people in here who don't have anything at all. They have nobody putting any money on their books, and you guys are actively doing that for me consistently.
And let's not forget the 50 G's he's raised for lawyer fees. And I think they started another GoFundMe for him too.
Let's thank Art Akoto for the gift.
Yeah, the memberships and Scott Frazier for the $5 super sticker. Thank you, buddy. And thanks, Art, for the memberships. Let's get back to this fool.
And I just want to, from the bottom of my heart, say thank you to you guys who have done this. And of course, I'm going to make some constitutional law scholar games available for people who are super low income. Because the game itself, it doesn't cost money to get it, but I will make some versions available. The exact same version as the one that's regular. And I'll make it available for low income people so that you guys can use the game as well and play the game. And that's all I can do is just keep doing what I do. And listen, I'm not.
Yeah. Don't stop, Chili.
Walking around in here, like, skateboarding through here and be like, yeah, this is great. When I talk to you guys on the phone and I give a daily update, I've got to pull my spirit up. I got to pull my attitude up. I got to pull my head up and say, you know what? I'm addressing the people, and these are the people who love me and support me and who are on Team DLC. And so I pull up my spirit and I say, you show them that you can't be broken. You guys saw me in court. That was after I was in the hole for 5 days. I told one of the guards last night, this is part of the Stockholm Syndrome I was telling you about. We had a conversation last night, and I said, I'm going to end this 23-hour day.
Having a conversation with a guard equals Stockholm Syndrome.
Lockdown. Do you know that I don't remember my hearing? When I was brought before Judge Zimmerman for the second time for my appeal bond, I don't remember any of it. Not a single word of it. Because I had been put in 23-hour-a-day lockdown. When they pulled me out of that lockdown after being in there for 5 days, I think I was crying before I even got halfway down the hallway. And I didn't even know why I was crying. I just knew.
Did they even have a hearing on that? I thought the day before that thing.
The first one, where he went back in front of Zimmerman. The one where he was fake crying. The original appeal.
I got you.
Yeah. So the whole is like kryptonite to his near perfect photographic memory. Got it?
I was scared, and I was tired of being locked in this tiny little room. And I don't remember any of it. My brain cells over that 5 days had shrunk. They don't give you a pencil. They don't give you a book. Nothing. You just sit in this tiny, tiny cell. And then once in a while they throw a cellmate in there. And sometimes that cellmate makes it worse for you. It makes it a lot worse. So I was telling this guard last night.
Unless it's Roy.
You guys have given me a new part of my mission, which is to end the 23-hour-a-day lockdown. Now, this is definitely hell where I'm at. But there's nothing like 23-hour-a-day lockdown. Nobody should be treated that way. Nobody should be treated that way. And I tell you what, I'm going to end it. And I'm going to do it with you, and we're going to do it together. There's no way a person who's in the dungeon for a misdemeanor charge, there's no reason.
You have 1 minute left.
There's no reason in the world they should be locked into a room for 23 hours a day, and we got to change it. So I'll try to end.
No reason at all. Okay.
On a positive note, thank you for your support. I appreciate you. If you sent me an eye care gift or if you sent me a book, I don't know who you are. No name comes on it. So let me just say now, thank you. For your letters, thank you. For your support on my GoFundMe, there'll be another one tonight for the new charge I'm facing for obstructing justice May 1st. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. I love you. We don't stop. I'll see you when I get out of here. Thank you again. I'll see you on the next one. Later, Gators.
Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Craig Hastings, 5 Canadian bucks. What kind of letters does he get? 6 cease and desist letters? Yeah, I don't know. Well, according to Colin, he did get served with his Maryland FTA paperwork, I guess, or whatever it was. What was it? It was not a warrant, but
Summons.
yeah, whatever it was. According to him, he did send me a screenshot of a message from the DA, but I don't know. Stay tuned for that, and stay tuned for May 1st. That will be interesting, to say the least. Ram, did you have that thing you wanted to throw up there? The Pace versus Hastings. While you're doing that,
Pace versus Alabama.
Pace
Where
versus.
Where the hell did he come up with this shit?
I don't know. Hang on 1 second. Though.
There it is.
Okay. Let me just remind everybody, and Michael Eline, if you're watching, can you guys see this on screen? Yeah. Let me make it big. So this is Chili's current upcoming, I should say, lawsuit for negligent driving here in LA. This is the we live streamed about this a month or so ago with Rico. Went over all this, but if you haven't been over to PDocs to check it out, Chili is getting sued for negligent driving. Him and one of his actors from his little productions where he wears a cop uniform.
Second, be right back.
So yeah, Michael, you should take Chili's case there. I mean, that's what I don't get. This guy's a personal injury attorney. Has he never seen any of Fraser? Oh shit, man. Fraser, not Frazier. Love from Australia. Am I saying that right then? I'm sorry, Scott. Fraser, like that. Now I'm also self-conscious about it. I apologize, my friend. Thank you for the Australian dollary dues. Let's put this up. We got here. This would be
Pace versus Alabama.
Pace versus Alabama that Chili was referencing there on his board game. Section 4184 of the Code of Alabama provides that if any man and woman live together in adultery or fornication, each of them must, on the first conviction of the offense, be fined not less than $100 and may also be imprisoned in the county jail or sentenced to hard labor for the county for not more than 6 months. On the second conviction for the offense with the same person, the offender must be fined not less than $300 and may be imprisoned in the county jail or sentenced to hard labor for the county for not more than 12 months. And for a third and any subsequent conviction with the same person, must be imprisoned in the penitentiary or sentenced to hard labor for the county for 2 years. Yeah. Perfect for 7-year-olds. And then section 4189 of the same code declares that if any white person and any Negro or the descendant of any Negro to the third generation inclusive through the one ancestor of each generation was a white person, intermarry or live in adultery or fornication with each other, each of them must on conviction be imprisoned in the penitentiary or sentenced to hard labor for the county for not less than 2 nor more than 7 years. Wow. Well, that
He's
is
referencing the scale.
fascinating, but I mean, and horrifying, but okay.
You don't have to read it. I'm just going to see where
No,
it goes.
yeah,
from there.
I mean, just
It's ridiculous.
so yeah, that's perfect for
For
7-year-olds.
Yeah, play with the 70-year-olds
Yeah,
who
Yeah.
might remember their grandparents telling them about it.
right. Well, that's just loverly.
What an idiot.
Yes, a major idiot. Also his little gun keychains. Did you guys see those?
Oh my God. Yeah, I put that in my community tab.
Holy cow. Yeah, the Heller guy, I guess, Chili, I mean, he followed through on the manufacturing of them, I guess, at least. But there was some debate whether or not these things could be mistaken for the real deal.
Yep.
I'm not a gun person, so
I mean, it's awfully
would not
small,
know.
but you know, there are small pistols out there that'll fit in the palm of your hand.
Right. Well, let me bring that up so we can all enjoy.
Got it?
Yep.
Okay.
So all right. Okay, it's full screen. Okay, so they are almost ready. The larger keychain, which has a removable magazine and which cocks and can be disassembled like a real handgun, comes in a tin with a window on one side and a logo on the other. The smaller keychain is also cool. Watch for them on Heller Gun Dude. The larger one is 7.5 centimeters from hammer to muzzle, business end. Okay. And the smaller one is 7 centimeters. So even the smaller one is longer than all of the troll's dicks stacked lengthwise. Yeah, good one. Note that it took me a second. He was trying to make a joke. Give me a second. Note that the target audience for these are also carrying a handgun on their belt. Most of the trolls can't even own a BB gun due to their felony convictions, and their parents won't let them have one. Does this sound like Chili? Somebody taking notes on what Chili wants to tell them, and then just kind of trying to write it in that spirit? I don't know. How do you think he gets all this information to his person over the phone every day? Or, I mean, do you think maybe Michael Eline is writing some of these? I wonder.
This looks.
I mean, because he's left comments in my videos and stuff, and they're lame, stupid jokes like this shit.
Yeah, this looks more like Michael Eline than it does Chili.
Yeah, I mean, it's not as there's actually the structure to the sentences and stuff is not nearly. I mean, the grammar is way better than Chili's. Oh, Heller Gun Dude, there he is. Yep. So I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm not the right person to ask about guns or any of that stuff. So think that spells trouble for Chili? Think those are a good idea, a bad idea? I mean, this Heller guy is like a legitimate Second Amendment guy. He actually got it changed in DC where you can carry a gun, you know. So he's at least capable of that type of, you know, seeing through that type of legislative change, which Chili, you know, is not. But why people with halfway decent reputations would choose to waste it on Chili is kind of beyond me. But hey, you know what? He delivered the product. Can't say he didn't do that. I'm just wondering, is that product harebrained or what? Any gun people? Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate the $2 for that. You don't have to give me super chats if I'm fucking shit up. You can just put it in his comments. But I appreciate you, buddy. I feel kind of bad. I'm making you pay to correct my stupidity. Joey Simpson for $1.99. It's not $15,000, but not $0. Oh, yeah. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. I appreciate anything anybody wants to contribute. Well, almost anybody. Articuno hasn't been a member for a month. That's awesome. Slinger THS member for a month. Awesome again. And Art Acuto again for another $5. Why did Roy cross the road? Because he was sick. He was stuck in Chile, or sick of Chile, stuck in Chile. I think I get what you're saying, but I'm not sure. Don't feel bad. I'm sure it's me and not you. Roy. Well, I think Roy got out a while ago. We haven't heard anything back from Roy, and that's kind of a shame. But I think we were all looking forward to more Roy stories because the first one was pretty amazing. Joey Simpson, member for 1 month. Thank you, sir. And Spider Dog, Mad Dog. Sorry, not Spider Dog. Getting my dogs mixed up. Texas Mad Dog, $4.99 super sticker. Appreciate it. Do we have any gun people in here? What are we thinking? Are you guys off on something else in the chat? That's fine. But congratulations to Chili for delivering the product, As we all know, knowledge and ability equals product. So good work, buddy. Although I don't think, I really don't know how much Chili contributed to the product. But it's an achievement nonetheless. Ram, did you have something else to throw up, or we just want to dive into this second stupid phone call because this is the one?
My dinner.
Oh, come on now. Nope. All right, this is the big one, kids. This is the one you've all been waiting for.
My name is Chili DeCastro. I'm a journalist who's been wrongfully imprisoned at the Clark County Detention Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. I am an innocent man who has been jailed unjustly and unrighteously. I'm a journalist. I have a voice. I have a voice that should be heard. My videos on YouTube alone are heard or watched 1 million times a day. This report is my verbal op-ed. Judge Ann Zimmerman, this message is to you. Release me from this jail, please.
Oh my God.
I take responsibility publicly and agreed with my family, friends, and colleagues that my behavior in court was inappropriate. I fully believe, teach, and lecture about the rule of...
Oh. Sorry, before we get too deep into this shit, I realized I forgot a point on that last video, which was he was saying Michael Elang came to see him twice, and he's getting letters from people and all this stuff. Notice he did not come up once during that conversation. Any of Chili's family.
Law being fundamental to our society. It is for this reason I say to Judge Ann Zimmerman now, release me from this jail, please. The nature of government and the principle of government are different. The nature of law is how it is consisted, the structure of it, of objective law. The principle of law is how government acts, how it behaves. It is the human passion that sets government into motion. This understanding of nature versus principle comes directly from Montesquieu's book, The Spirit of Laws. Well then, Judge Ann Zimmerman's principles are inconsistent and out of bounds. Why and how can I state this so emphatically clear? We have scraped the data and analyzed the last 2,000 cases of Judge Ann Zimmerman. We have identified a dozen cases that went back to a bench trial. A bench trial means that Judge Zimmerman is the judge, jury, and executioner. And so far, we have 3 exact cases that are the same as my charges, the same NRS codes. In the past year, this judge has given these 3 defendants impulse training classes, and then the misdemeanor would fall off their record. The data will show her consistency and that she broke her principles, putting me in jail. Judge Ann Zimmerman, release me from this jail at once, please. Why would the judge show obvious bias and give me such an unfair and harsh?
Oh, sorry. That's 3 times he said that, in case you're counting. Judge Zimmerman, release me from jail right now.
Sentence. What can you do about it? First, because Zimmerman is not her maiden name. Zimmerman is the name of the Las Vegas Metro Police Lieutenant she married over 2 decades ago. Even after he divorced her, she kept the last name, meaning Judge Zimmerman loves cops, and I do not. She formed her bias and hatred for me before.
Wow. Wow.
Before the sham trial even began. Second, what can you do about it? You can petition her and petition the court to release me now. I know for a fact that thousands of you, good and patriotic Americans, have called, emailed, and sent your petition to the court in the form of a letter, asking and demanding that I am released from this dungeon. Thank you, but we have not done enough. We, you and me, have a First Amendment right to petition our government and its officials when they have lost their virtue and broken their principles. We have not petitioned them enough. It is our only recourse to redress the clear and biased judge who's gone out of her reason and purpose to jail a nonviolent journalist. Zimmerman has behaved like a monarch or a queen in a despotic government, like a rogue judge in an aristocratic government. We have a republic government that is supposed to be navigated by objective law, not by personal bias, by a judge who was the wife of a cop. Instead of acting as a custodian of justice, she has behaved like an obvious tyrant. Petition her and demand that she release me from this dungeon immediately, swiftly, and please. Petition the court in the tens of thousands because it is the only recourse that we, the people, have.
You know, at least he's saying please.
Judge Zimmerman, the only way you will be able to restore the word honor to your name is by releasing me now. I have owned my errors, Judge, but have you owned yours? I don't think that you followed the rules.
Doesn't he keep saying he's in there for no reason?
Of law on that day in court. You've lost integrity. I do not believe that you have the right to search me illegally. I believe that you violated my constitutional rights, as did the bailiff under your directives when he snatched the phones out of my hand. The bar complaint I'll be filing, well, it may eventually determine that. It depends. However, my 2 petitions will most certainly be filed. I had 6 full-time employees and now only 3. Because the biased Judge Zimmerman did not give me 3 days to get my business orders and affairs in order, she simply threw me in jail directly from court. Perhaps it is because you, Judge Zimmerman, needs impulse training classes.
Wow. This is pretty amazing. I mean, this is I don't know. He's so. I had to rate these on an off the rails chart somehow, but this is. I mean, threatening the judge, with lawsuits, telling her, saying she's out of bounds, basically lecturing her, and demanding his own release. I mean, this is incredible. And totally, completely different from the last phone call. And yes, Rick Middleton mentioned the music. Yeah, there's a little music bed underneath of it. It is very cringe. It's pretty funny. It kind of goes to that. It's sort of like bad trailer music. And Scott Fraser, again, sorry, Fraser, Australian 20. Chili gets 20K. Least I can give you is $20. Come on, guys. Give a D-bag money. That's okay if you can't. We're not. I appreciate it, but that's not the point of anything here. But I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Does keep me in coffee and gasoline.
Is not an apology. I said I'm sorry for hurling slurs in court and calling the bailiff a pig, even if he was behaving like one. The courtroom is supposed to be a place where the insults cease, and using objective, defined law, an impartial judge and jury, using rationale, integrity, reason, attempt to find and administer justice. I have received none of that. Instead, my rights were violated from the start. Petition her and petition this court. Send in your petition via U.S. Postal Service. Do not be rude, crass, or threatening. Hold on to your virtue and your self-respect that Judge Zimmerman lost when she put a nonviolent journalist, a champion of our civil liberties, in jail. Do not call names, no. Go above and beyond. Be immaculate with your verbiage. Be the change you want to see on the paper you write upon. I do not wish Judge Zimmerman fear or harm. No, I do not. I want her to live every breath of her life where she sees the public has turned against her. I want her to witness the side-eye sneer in every grocery store clerk, in every market, in every chance encounter, whether it be the dog groomer or the car wash. She will.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Yep. Dog
Taking
groomers.
it up a notch.
Yeah, it's just kind of escalated the entire time. It's pretty amazing. How high will he go?
Be the face of injustice, the living embodiment of tyranny. Judge Zimmerman at sentencing said to me that I hate cops. I thought it was my right to hate cops if I want to. If this is true or not, she said it and then jailed me. Why would I despise the cop? Because thinking is man's only basic virtue. To live, a man must hold three things supreme: reason, purpose, and self-esteem. We no longer need to
I thought it was knowledge, ability, product. I'm confused here. I'm getting lost.
chain people's wrists behind their backs with the use of cameras and tracking devices available today. Technology can now end the chaining of people, incapacitating human beings with chains around their wrists behind their backs. Now, today, this could happen immediately. These men and women.
You hear the cheesy patriotic music behind him now?
So bad.
It went from that action movie trailer music to fucking Saving Private Ryan. Walmart Saving Private Ryan.
Have been bought to turn off their brain to repeat inhumane rhetoric like they're not supposed to be comfortable as they put torture cuffs on people, as they are paid too much money. The money they earn should only be based on their knowledge and their ability. If these people can't see that they are greedy little pigs, then test the job market. Put your resume out. You are not a $100,000 a year man. Put your resume out on the job market and find out what you get. The job market will show you your true value.
And of course, I know you all are thinking it. I would love to see Chili take up that same challenge himself and see what kind of job offers he gets.
Knowledge plus ability equals product or value
Oh, there it is. See?
of your labor. Your so-called knowledge is the policy given to you, and you have the ability to turn off your brain and morality to chain and cage humans. And that's why you're giving health, vision, and dental plans. Not because you have virtue created by your value. Not because you have virtuously created your value. You, the cop, who I have called a pig, are willing to chain and cage humans. It's so sick and twisted. It's so immoral and wrong. But you do it for you and yourself alone. All of man's endeavors are primarily for self, and we know this is true. Judge Zimmerman jailed me for herself, to justify hating me for what I do. Point out the injustice and despotic government, for her to justify her love of the cop. How many cops does Judge Zimmerman work with week in and week out? How many cops from her wedding over 2 decades ago is she still in a chummy relationship with decades later? Judge Zimmerman, how many hours of my videos did you watch before you met me in court? How many hours of my videos have you watched since court ended? At my appeal bond hearing, Judge Zimmerman said that my attitude has not changed. What does my attitude have to do with objective law? You think that jailing me will force me to endorse a system of torture cuffs and despotism? I am chained on my wrists and ankles when I'm taken to court. You think my attitude is the problem? Open your eyes. Chains are from the slave era. We are.
Again, that's why playing Chili Bingo is just a waste of time because he just says the same things over and over again. It's over too quick. Yeah, got to throw the slave era in there. Texas Mad Dog. This is quickly escalating to threats toward Dan. Thanks for $1.99. I feel like, yeah, if it's not the letter of the law threat, I mean, it's certainly, I mean, what do you guys think? This sounds like threats to me. Like if somebody was saying that type of shit to me, what's that?
It's absolutely threats. He's been threatening her since day one. Code Heidi, I thought he was batshit before. Holy hell, yeah, he's batshit crazy. Guy's nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, maybe they're just letting him do this on purpose.
Sure.
I mean, why not?
Give him enough leash.
Exactly.
Themselves.
We're now in a digital era. Why don't we move the bailiff station between the judge and the defendant? Oh, wow. Yeah, change the layout. Think about how easy it would be. Instead of torture cuffing people, put a V-neck frame over their shoulders, much like football pads, with a camera on the front of the chest and a camera on the back of the chest. Can you imagine that? Actually not putting people in torture cuffs and adding...
Yep, you guys got that, right?
Yeah, right.
Football shoulder pads, camera in the front, camera in the back. I'm going to have to do a little sketch of that. See how that might work.
A tracking device? Chaining anybody except the criminally insane is inhumane and barbaric. Technology will eventually change everything, but not with these despotic people in our government. I say now petition her. Petition the court. Release me now. 100,000 petitions. Send in your patriotic, respectful, detailed petition to Judge Ann Zimmerman. On the fold where you seal the envelope, write the words, "Release DeCastro in the name of justice." 100,000 petitions is our goal. Judge Zimmerman, the only way to restore any honor to your name is to release me now with time served. It's a fact that I will sue you. If you do not have me killed in here, then when I leave this...
Okay. Now that...
Oh, Lord.
That's problematic.
You think?
Yeah.
He's such an idiot.
Yeah. That speaks for itself. I think.
Jail, I will in fact sue you. I do not deserve to be here. Judge Zimmerman was wrong. She showed her bias and violated my civil rights. I will take every legal step possible to rectify this injustice. However, I will not do anything illegal, and I'm not asking you in any way, shape, or form to step out of bounds. What we will not do is give them what they want. They want to brand us bad. They want to brand us outcast, fringe, and lawless. Be beyond reproach in your petition. Write nicely and print it out. Explain clear this cop-loving judge bias and her indefensible sentencing. Her own cases show the data that she does not put people in jail for this.
Here it
And
comes.
she did it to me because of her bias. We'll post both in the Las Vegas Review and the Sun when all the data scraping is completed and her cases are compiled.
That they print it.
Yeah. I mean, this seems like it would be an interesting thing for the local newspaper to be following, don't you? Inmate makes insane accusations and threats to the judge.
Yep. False claims.
Yeah. I mean, threatening her with a lawsuit, I mean, whatever. It's stupid, but it's
But
not
for him
like
to say if she doesn't
anybody can
have
sue
him-
anybody can sue anybody, so it's not like a threat of danger, really. You know what I mean? It's just him talking shit. But yeah. Wow. God damn.
Broker principles.
Oh,
and she
sorry. Bree, thanks for the 10 memberships. Appreciate you.
For sure, man.
Did you go on a trip? Did you have a anniversary or something the other day? Was that you? You guys, you and your hubby were going out? doing something fun. I think that was you. If I hope you had a good time, and if it wasn't, I hope you have a good time at some unspecified point in the future.
Lost your virtue. Write it out. Write it nicely. Write it clear. Write it clean. Just write it, put it in the mail, and send it. I have been warned by the Las Vegas police that this jail can take away my phone privileges and make my time here very hard. To my jailers, I say to you this. I've been quiet, respectful, and shown deference to all jail
He's had Stockholm syndrome.
staff. My calling for this tyrannical judge to be petitioned is my right, and it is our right. It is your rights I am standing on now. I do not agree with locking me in a cell for 23 hours a day. I do not consider what you did to me fair or justice. Upon leaving this jail, should I live through this, I will file a petition against the Clark County Detention Center for clearly cheating me and violating my civil rights. Nowhere in the Clark County Detention Center handbook does it read the words, no live streaming. Once again,
No, but it's implied. I mean, a live stream audience is considered a third party, so they don't need to specifically say live streaming, because you're too dense to like make that logical leap.
technology has passed up the dated government policy. However, I ask this question to my jailers. Do you want to live in a country with no free speech, no right to petition, assemble, religion, or to be the press? It is for the rule of law that I stand here today before you. It is my right to call for petition, to non-violently protest, to non-violently assemble. To my loyal
Back to the action movie trailer music.
people and supporters, you should hear from me always within 48 hours. Always. Please, unless you do not hear from me, let the jailers be. Outside of the unlawful imprisonment, when they locked me down for 5 days, strip-searched me, and demoralized me by looking at my backside, outside of that, each individual guard has treated me fairly and within their policies. I would like to thank them for doing that. I'd like my people to focus on petitioning the court for my release. We have another judge, Judge Michelle Levitt, who will be hearing my case on July 10th. The judges must be treated with respect and deference. The judges must be petitioned and
Did he not remember everything he just said?
told that this is wrong. I should be released immediately with time served. We will fight the appeal process all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court if we must. We don't stop. Judge Zimmerman, I'm keeping my word and speaking and behaving with deference to the court. Own your error. This is injustice. Release me now, please. And thank you.
Please.
Thank you all. This is Chili DeCastro, and this is my daily report. Catch you guys on the next one. Later, gators.
Wow. Anybody want a t-shirt with Chili's headshot from 25 years ago on it? Wow. Well, that was something. I'm sure glad it's over with. How about you? You there, buddy? What do we got? Something here you want me to watch?
Oh, he claims to be a journalist. I just stumbled across it.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Is the gathering, reporting, the dissemination of news and information in the public interest and it covers almost everything. Now, it used to be that we could always tell who a journalist was because there are traditional views about who is a journalist. And journalists have been identified as being people either who are working for a media organization, working in formally in a job of a journalist, or someone who's been trained specifically and gone through a college education in journalism, so they've got some sort of qualification. Or journalists have been identified as people who are members of a professional association or a journalist union. And so these have been the ways in which we've been able to identify journalists in the past. That's not so easy these days. Today, thanks to the internet, we've got much more sort of participation in the work of journalism and in journalism itself by people who are not falling into these traditional categories. But it's important to say that although the broad spectrum of who is working in journalism, and it may involve people who do blogging and other things, although you might say the door is open to far more people being engaged in journalism, that does not dilute the importance of standards and quality in the work that's being done.
That's right.
Many more people today may not be journalists, but they do commit acts of journalism. And it seems to us that we have to bring them into the conversation. We have to make them part of our discussion about the future of journalism. And we have to ask ourselves whether or not these people also deserve the same protections that are available to traditional journalists and people who have hitherto been regarded as professional journalists themselves.
I just found it interesting
For sure.
because I mean that is true. I mean it's with the internet and everything. That's exactly how this is all kind of evolved. And there's a lot of gray area there, huh?
Yeah. I want to oops. Oh yeah, actually I may have this. Yeah. Give me
Sure,
1 second. I'm gonna
Walter.
how's everybody doing out there? Let me find this video real quick. Yeah. You think any of those idiot frauditors or Chili or anybody like that bears the slightest relation to anything that man was just talking about? The answer is no. All right. I thought this was interesting. I may get copyright struck for this. I don't know. But we'll see.
One of the things that is difficult for me to comprehend is that we spent such a long time here. And there were moments of joy. But of course, there were painful moments because the apartheid regime was an expert in persecuting people psychologically.
Mandela always said he came out of prison a different man. What was it about life on Robben Island that changed him?
Well, the fact that you could sit alone and think gave us a wonderful opportunity to change ourselves, your behavior.
Right. Or just, also, I don't know if you guys knew this, but when Mandela got out of prison, he created this really cool board game. Yeah. Well, it looks like Chili finally, took his whole time to used it to his advantage, just like Mandela, and came up with a constitutional law scholar. And then he also, threatened a judge pretty heavily in the span of 2 phone calls. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm wondering if it isn't just if they aren't just letting him hang himself with his own rope here. But either way, it's entertaining as hell, isn't it, kids? Ram.
What?
You alive, buddy?
Yeah, no, I was reading something.
I got you. All right, gang. Well, that's all I really wanted to go through was those 2 ridiculous phone calls and catch up and wish you all a fair start to your week tomorrow. Scott Fraser. I missed a couple here. For $2, Chili Lube for your time in the hole. That's right. It's Cherries and Berries Lube. It's Chili's brand. And Scott again for $5. Has he sued anyone successfully? Not to my knowledge. He's had a couple things get dismissed here and there and stuff, but nothing really of note.
Nothing.
He's gotten lucky a couple times, that's for sure. But all right, gang. Well, have a terrific rest of your weekend, what's left of it, and we'll see you Tuesday for Ram Jam on Florida Rams channel. And yeah, thanks for being here.
Good night, everybody.